Scope over because I just realized when I did the replay that the first like 3, 4, 5 minutes of it didn't even record or something. So I guess my connection was bad, and a lot of people were saying they couldn't hear or see me. So I am going to do my down payment assistance program scope over. Hello, I'm Aisha Thomas with the Thomas Agency of Georgia, a real estate company where we specialize in offering professional brokerage services for commercial transactions to investors and small companies. And I deal a lot also with first-time home buyers because my first love was in mortgage foreclosure prevention, and I worked in some mortgage foreclosure defense clinics in law school. So I always have a passion for and soft spot for first-time home buyers as well as affordable housing. So hi Nicole, I started it over because I found out it wasn't recording, so maybe that might have something to do with why you all couldn't hear me the first time. So anyway, give some folks a chance to get on here. But like I was saying before, my name is Aisha Thomas with the Thomas Agency and the Thomas Agency of Georgia, real estate companies based out of Michigan and Georgia, where I help offer professional brokerage services to small investors and companies. Hi, Pac-Man, how are you? Please give me some hearts and ask some people to join. I'm redoing a scope I just did. I offered all that great information and half of it was cut off. So I figured I would do it over because I know it's very useful. And I am actually from Detroit, Michigan. Went to California, licensed in California as well, and have a brokerage in Michigan and Georgia. All right, so I'll get started. First, down payment. There are over 2,700 down payment assistance programs. First of all, a lot of people may not know that, but the most common three, and these programs can be layered, and that's something I didn't say last time, that you can use a combination of them depending on, but the most common three types of down payment assistance programs are down payment assistance, of course, affordable first mortgage, and mortgage certificate credits. And I'm looking at my notes. How can you buy a house? Cash? Well, if you got cash, you just put an offer in. Basically, you just got to make sure you have proof. Oh, okay. Well, your grandma got good taste, flea warrior, but let's stay on topic. Okay. Let's see. Like I was saying, these programs can definitely be layered, and the most common three are down payment assistance programs, affordable first mortgage, and mortgage credit certificates. The most common of those three are the down payment assistance programs, and they can be used. They're typically funded by nonprofit and government organizations, and the eligible uses for those funds are closing costs, down payment, repairs, going towards any other incidentals and prepaid, such as your taxes at closing. So those are some things that those funds can be applied to. And I've seen programs that offer as low as $1,000 up to $10,000 grants. Do they give you the full down payment, or you still have to throw some in with it? Well, it really depends on the program, but most of them want you to have a little skin in the game. So typically, like I was saying, these programs can be layered with other programs like FHA and other bank offered programs. So like, for instance, if you're using FHA, you may only have to put 3% down. So 3%, depending on the price of the house, may not be a lot. Then you may be able to throw that extra $5,000 to $7,000 on there. And I've seen it where some people walk away with a check at closing, which was great for a first-time buyer. But even with these programs, you don't always have to be a first-time home buyer. And I've said that in previous scopes. It's 30 years, the minimum years with these programs to pay off your home. Well, with these programs, 30 years is not always the minimum. They offer 15-year mortgage, but 30 is usually typical. But the great thing about this is usually no prepayment penalties. So even if you do have a 30-year mortgage, if you making that extra payment, one extra payment a year, that can cut down like several years off your mortgage. And every state, Nicole, I saw that you asked the question, Nicole, every state offers something. They may vary, but I always tell people to start with their lender that they always use, that they already have a relationship with, and always ask, because sometimes these lenders don't volunteer this information. But like I was saying before, they're offered by nonprofit and government organizations. So those are the ones that usually disperse these funds in conjunction. Got a call. I think that's my son at the door, so I gotta answer this. But so the next thing is mortgage credit certificates. 1 second. Be patient with me, please, because I gotta open the door for my son. All right. Bye-bye. Thank you. Okay. Sorry. Thank you all. Yes, you are absolutely right, Makita's Realty, that some do require you to stay in the property for a minimum amount of time. And I haven't even gotten to what I was going to say about the funds, where some of the funds actually, the loans, if some of them are grants, but some are loans too, where they may be 5, 7, 10-year loans that are forgiven, or that you would have to pay back if you sell the house before that time. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Miss Loyalty. But so as I was saying before, stop, Donovan, my son in the background making faces. You can say hi. You can come say hi. Okay, back to what I was saying. Sorry about that. Also, the other thing, the common uses, as I was saying, closing costs, down payment, repairs. The second most common type of down payment assistance is affordable first mortgage, which basically means a reduced interest rate or an expanded first mortgage. And how they do that is that they may buy down points, meaning taking interest points off of your mortgage for you with those funds. The other thing is mortgage credit certificates, where you can use them as far as with your tax, when you go to file taxes, where you get a tax credit with your state, or a federal income credit tax, or you can offset your mortgage interest. So those are ways that the mortgage credit certificate programs can be used. Now, typically the general eligibility requirements vary depending on the program, but there are usually income limits as well as credit score requirements. And one of the things I really encourage people to take advantage of are the home buyer education programs. You can do this whether you plan on getting funds or not, because I think I'm a big proponent. I have no idea what this person is talking about, but anyway, yeah, I had to block somebody. The block ministry got exercised because I don't have time for that foolishness right now. But anyway, there are typically income limits and credit score requirements depending on the program. And the home buyer education programs, you can start those now. They're offered by HUD certified organizations that a lender can refer you to. And it doesn't hurt to take advantage of these programs because it helps you learn what to expect as a first-time home buyer. They also help you review your credit and to prepare you for the loan application process, and just make you an overall successful, educated buyer, which as a realtor, we always, prefer to work with educated buyers. So, and you want your transaction to go smoothly. So if you know what to expect. And hello again from the person from Turkey. Hi, D6. Okay. And also, there are also geographic requirements. And for instance, if the property has to be in a certain zip code or a city. So in Detroit, like for instance, I bought my first house in Pontiac. So Lighthouse Community Development was building in the area east of Woodward. Can you participate in the program at any time? Well, yeah, you can. Well, but these programs are typically geared towards first-time home buyers. But even if you're not a first-time home buyer or haven't owned a home in 3 years, you consider the first time. Or if you're not, there are other programs that you may be eligible for. And that's why I said it's always best to ask or do some research for your respective area. This is good information. So many people are unaware of all the money. Yes, it's a lot of money out here, free money, especially for home buying purposes. Not as familiar, Mr. Smooth Operator, about the business grants. But there's definitely a lot of money out here to purchase property and to build your legacy one property at a time, my tagline. But okay. So besides the geographic requirements for certain zip codes, also, like for instance in Atlanta, if you purchase a property that's near the belt line, that's an area where the city is trying to connect these trails all around the city. If you buy near there, the property is eligible for certain amounts of funding. Yes, Nicole, you can take the classes now. For instance, I took one in Atlanta just to kind of familiarize myself, and I didn't get my certificate. They told me, I said if I wanted to ever use it in case I bought a house in a certain area. I didn't get my certificate because the certificates are dated, so they can't be, so they only can be so old, but you can still take the class, and then long as you know, if you decide or find a property in a certain area, then you can go back to the organization and they'll issue you the certificate. So you won't have to take it over or anything, or it won't be expired, because I think the certificates last for like 3 months or good for 90 days or something like that. But like I said, each organization is different. The other part is, a lot of people don't know about this. There are a lot of programs that are targeted for certain professions, such as law enforcement, teachers, healthcare, city workers, veterans, and as well as disabled individuals. So if you fall in one of those categories, on top of getting maybe some down payment assistance money, you can also get some funds that are geared towards these certain professions as well, and layer it with your FHA loan where you don't come out of pocket at all. So if you fall into one of those categories, or your spouse, that's something to look into as well. And you have to ask, like for instance in Detroit, since that's a big manufacturing town, there were programs geared towards people that work for Chrysler. So you just got to ask. You know, because a lot of times the people don't know. But if you show some interest, then and put your mortgage broker or lender to work for you, for them to research what their company has. Even if they don't have anything offhand, they may be able to do some research and find out for you later. So like I was saying before, if you have any questions, feel free to ask on here. Give me some hearts. And also you can email me at info@the-thomasagency.com, info@the-thomasagency.com, and I can send you a few links, but Google is your friend as well, where I can send you some specific state-specific programs. Like for Michigan, Redford Township has a community development program. The city of Southfield has a neighborhood stabilization program. MISTA is a program that's statewide that offers funds. Here in Georgia, they have Invest Atlanta. They also have another program that'll also pay for you if you're already in a house, that'll help save your mortgage. So there's all types of programs out here that you have to just seek. And I've heard of instances where some of these programs have to give money back to the government because they haven't been dispersing it. So that means people aren't taking advantage of it. And right now, with a lot of people having challenged credit, this is the time now to go to these classes, work on your credit and enter, and find out exactly what you need, especially if, well, that's it. Let me say this, if home ownership is one of your goals. Everybody doesn't want to own a home. I know the pros and the cons of everything, but do I offer classes in Atlanta? Not yet, but Agent Nell, I am affiliated with Flipology 101, which they're having classes this weekend, so I could possibly meet you there. It's a great networking that's something for people who are interested in investing with no money. You learn no money down techniques, and it's called Flipology 101. You can find out more information at www.ramontooks.com. That's RAMONTOOKES.com. And you can go on there. They actually have a class coming up this weekend, a 2-day boot camp for only $197. He feeds you. You go on tours of properties that are in different phases of the flipping stages. And it's a great, awesome way to learn. It's the realtors, contractors, attorneys, great networking that'll be going on in Atlanta this weekend. But I am also going to be helping him next year with the commercial real estate side, doing an intro. So that's something we've discussed. But as right now, I'm not on that ticket, but I do encourage you. I participated in it. And even though I've worked in real estate for over 15 years, I still learned a lot because I know it from the realtor side, from the lawyer side, but not as the investor. So for me to be a better servant to my clients who are investors in small companies and things of that nature, I went and, and I learned the things that concern them, and just, dealing with first time buyers in general, whether they're buying a property to live in or as an investment property, it's great information to know. Oh, you want to be able to inform your clients about the down payment program. You know what, Agent Nell, if you email me, I just took a webinar that talked about all the available programs in Georgia. If you email me at info@the-thomasagency.com, I'll see if I can find it in my old email and refer you to the link, and maybe you can check and see who offered it and, when it'll be offered again. Or you know what, better yet, go to Invest Atlanta. Google Invest Atlanta, and they have on there all the different organizations, and because I think that's where I found it at, to find out more about the Georgia specific programs. So Invest Atlanta, and you can look on home buyer options or something to that nature, and you'll see on there. So if anybody else doesn't have any questions, I just wanted to get back on because my last Periscope did not record for some reason. And sorry, you all, I had to run up the stairs. I just had a baby, so I'm still a little out of shape, running up the steps. Sorry if I was breathing a little hard and all. Huh? I didn't block you, Donovan. That was you asking? Yes. Oh, sorry. Remember the Krabby Patty person? That was my son, I guess. He said I blocked him. But does that mean I can never listen to you? Yeah, that means you can never listen to me. I didn't know. Thank you. Well, I didn't block my child and didn't even know it. That was him asking that stupid question about what's the Krabby Patty formula. I should have known it was him. But anyway, if no one else has any other questions, you said you thought that was a child SpongeBob. Yeah, and it was my son, because he said, you blocked me. Hey, don't get on my thing when I'm trying to talk business. Yeah, sorry. Hi, my mom calls me Molly. You missed it, so you're going to you're going to have to check out the replay because I'm about to get off. But anyone else have any other, how often do I broadcast? I don't have a set schedule right now, Mr. DeSip. But, I just when I think of real estate topics that I think could be beneficial to others, I share my thoughts. So definitely check out the replay. Definitely give me some hearts. And I apologize again for, our little breaks in there when we run into the door and everything. But I guess I got to go find my child on here and unblock him. But everyone have a good night. Bye, Nicole. Thank you for sharing, and thank you for sharing. Yeah, definitely follow me. And like I said, my website is under construction, but you can go on there and at least get my contact information. It's www.the-thomasagency.com. the-thomasagency.com. If you have any specific questions. On Instagram, I'm at the Thomas Agency. Twitter, the Thomas Agency. So we also have Facebook pages, the Thomas Agency, a real estate company, on Facebook. So always available to answer questions, provide a little encouragement, share what I know. I'm a continual student myself, so I'm always looking for information, reading, researching to share with my clients so they can make the most informed decisions when it comes to their real estate transactions. So with that said, have a good night, and continue to, if you already are investing, continue to build your legacy one property at a time. And if you're not, consider building your legacy one property at a time. All right. Good night.